Salutations, Dufos. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. I'm enjoying these conversations a lot. I'm probably enjoying them more than my guest, but let's not say that. So, I'm getting to speak to amazing people, people that are just out here in the world being themselves. Authenticity is high, and I love it. I love it. I love learning about them and being able to share about me. So, having said all of that, I have someone very special that you need to meet right now. Ladies and gentlemen, I would like to introduce you to Adrian Shaw. Hi, Adrian.
Hello, how are you?
You scared me. It like you were smiling and you didn't say anything, and I thought it froze. I was like, oh my God. No, how are you today?
I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. I can't complain. Happy Black History Month.
Happy Black History Month.
Yeah, same to you. The shortest month, 28 days. But
Unfortunately.
yeah, but I always tell people my black is, 24/7, 365. So I celebrate all year.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Likewise.
Yeah, exactly. Absolutely. So what were you up to today?
So I just woke up because I am a bar manager. So I work late nights and I get up really late. So due to the fact that I was a little late, but normally, yeah, so I like work 24/7. I do a lot of social media. So I literally have like no social life outside
Oh,
of social media.
well, get your bar manager. Is that what you
Yes.
said? So that's really, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's demanding. That's a demanding job. But welcome to the club. I have no life either. Because I work all the time. So yeah, I have no life either. So
I'm a Capricorn, so we pick work over love.
yeah, I'm a Libra, and I'm weird. Like I am a freak of nature. I blame it on the bipolar disorder because I work over love. Like I just now. Yeah, I'm really happy about what we do. So explain to everybody, you're a content creator, bar manager, but I met you online, and explain to everyone what you do online.
All right, so I am a content creator. Specifically, I do a lot of gay comedy. And so I started TikTok during the pandemic where I was out of work. And then my friends were like, why don't you try TikTok? You have a personality for it. And I was like, really? Like what? I thought TikTok was like for dancers and like, to be honest, like white people. And so like, I was just like, how is this gonna work for me? Like what do I do on TikTok? So then like, when I first started TikTok, it was very weird for me because I was trying to figure out my niche. So I made like a one little stupid video, I call it, and I got a lot of likes and I got a lot of laughs. And I was like, wait, people think I'm funny. So then, so then I basically, I continued to do it. And then I started to build a following on TikTok. And then I just got hooked on it because it was like, oh my God, like it was fun for me. It was like playing video games.
Yeah.
And so once Instagram released their reels, they're like competitor against TikTok. I tried out Instagram Reels because I was like, okay, well, because Instagram used to be a photo sharing app and I wasn't really big on taking photos and things like that. Like you can't really express yourself from photos. That's how I saw it as. So when they were trying to bring more video content, this was my chance to like, to show Instagram what I have to offer. So then I tried Instagram and my videos weren't working as well as TikTok. And so I continued to post on Instagram and my videos weren't getting that many views. And that's when you came in and you were telling me like, oh, I haven't came across your comp before. Like, how come you're not posting enough anymore? And I was just like, well, the algorithm isn't really showing my videos as much. And then she was like, oh, well, you got to continue doing it. You got to be consistent and it'll eventually show. So I remember when you told me that, I was just like, okay. And so I gave it a chance. I continued to focus on Instagram, and then my videos started to blow up and I started to get noticed more. So I was, in the beginning, I was kind of discouraged, but you encouraged me to continue. And I grew a following, I grew a community, and like, I'm so grateful because that advice that you gave me is why I'm here right now. And I really appreciate you for that.
Oh, yes. You want to know what's so crazy, Adrian? First of all, thank you. Thank you for
Absolutely.
just the respect. And, because when you meet people, you don't know who they are. And
Mhm.
most of the time, if you don't have an in with a person, you're not going to really respect what they say, especially unsolicited advice, you know?
Exactly.
But what I do is a little different. I meander around social media. I don't know how because I'm always working, I'm always creating content off, but there's music, there's a lot of things I do, but somehow I find my way to meandering around around Instagram, and I see other people and I'm just like, oh, you're really funny. You should do this. You should do that. And I leave because I don't think that they're going to take it seriously. I don't expect them to. Who the hell are you? I don't care about a
Mhm.
blue check. Who the hell are you? So it's like, when they do, it flatters me because I'm just like, you know what it is? Because I know what I'm talking about. I've been in the business for 20 years. So I know that I know what I'm talking about. So, but I don't expect others to know because most people, nowadays, if you're not a mainstream celebrity, if you're not a mainstream
Mhm.
successor, people don't want to talk to you. But I've been in the
Mhm.
business for 20 years. So I've cut my chops. I've traveled. I've lived in Europe. I've done a lot of things that a lot of mainstream artists haven't done. So there's a wealth of information there. I have a specific set of skills. And it just warms my heart that you listen because honestly, you're funny as hell. You are fun. Like but you know what it was when I saw you, I was like, this is so revolutionary. We don't have that. We didn't have it. There's no one literally on Instagram and not on TikTok doing the type of comedy that you do. And you say you center around the gay community and what happens in the gay community. And I can tell, and you know what's so funny about your content? It's memorable. Right now, I'm looking at you and I remember the last video I saw of you. You were in the freaking closet. And it's like, I'm tired of him yelling, da, da, da. I made me hide because his girlfriend's in here. And then he's like, you still want to fool around? And you're like, yeah. And I love it, Adrian, because people will be like, that's not me. That's not me. I wouldn't do that. We've all been there. We've all been,
Exactly. Yes.
yes, we've
Yes.
all been there. So I love the fact that you make light of these situations, but they
Mhm.
actually are really serious conversations in our community. It's like, listen,
Yep.
and you do it so well. You do it so well. Like because
Yes.
reels are very short. You get your
Mhm.
whole point across like that. So you're an expert. You're an expert at that, and I commend you for that. My
Thank
God.
you so
So
much.
you're welcome. I
I
thought you
tried to do like I wanted to do like topics on what people are kind of like too scared to talk about
yep,
and and then too embarrassed to talk about.
yep.
But like I just go full force on it because at the end of the day, we've all been there, we've all been through it. And I'm obviously this is social media where you see millions of people see your videos, and I'm not embarrassed, I'm not ashamed, and things like that. And I want people to be comfortable in situations and not feel like, oh, like they're messy or things like that, or since they've been in situations like that. We're all humans and we've all been through it. I'm just not afraid to show it. And
Yes.
I think a lot of people should take notice of that because it's not, you should never be ashamed of something that you do, you know?
Yeah,
You live
yeah,
and learn. So
yeah. You live and you learn. Listen, I'm a classy dame now, but back in the summer of 2008, I slept with 85 men, Adrian, in one summer. A summer is 90 days. I literally took a week off. Okay.
that's relatable content.
Exactly. But you know what's so crazy? Like, and I've seen you do this. I've seen you say this before because you have content where you're like, okay, I'm bottoming tonight. So then they'll show like, what are you eating? And you're eating nothing, just drink of water. And what happened was when I came out and I was really living on my own as a gay man, away from indoctrination, away from the family, away from everything, I thought because I was feminine that I had to be a bottom. And I did not know that. And even though I felt differently, I didn't want to buck the system because I felt like no one would take me seriously. No one would believe me. No one would allow me, listen to these words, allow, believe me, and give me a shot doing what I really wanted to do, which was the opposite sex role. So what happened was, I've always worked out. So I worked out, I had an amazing body. And I just decided one day, you know what, enough is enough. Like I don't like bottoming. I mean, and that it's so crazy because in that moment, I was just like, I feel like, oh, I don't even want to talk about it. I feel like I'm being violated. Like, I feel like I'm being violated. So I'm like, no, but the thing is, it's because I'm actually a very dominant personality. And people wouldn't assume that from this, but I'm actually a very dominant personality, but also very passionate. Like, and I love that because bottoming gave me the experience. So I know how to treat someone who's going to bottom for me. So it's not get down there and tear that thing open, you know, and rearrange all the fucking furniture and the plumbing. I didn't do that. It was like, no, I took my time and, you know, I made it very enjoyable. And what happened was guys started taking me seriously. I'm from Philadelphia, and that like here, it's all about the homo thug. It's all about the trade. So here I am, this light model back from Paris, and you know, and I'm like with this light voice, I'm a mezzo soprano, and I'm like, I'm a top, you know, and they're like, what? But I start like what I did was for years on the internet, I just stopped because I was like, listen, I am not bottoming for none of these men. I'm tired. And I had one guy, he was older than me. And I literally bottomed for him for like 6, 7, 8 years. And what happened was, because I was comfortable with him, I also fell in love with him. So what happened was, one day, you know, I've got this new body and everything, and things are starting to change in my life. And I looked at him and I said, I can't anymore. And he was like, what are you talking about? I'm like, I can't bottom that another day in my goddamn life. Like I was pissed. Like I was pissed. I was done. I was like, so, and my thing is, I was always told, well, if you don't bottom, they're not going to take you seriously. You're going to lose your men. Like that's they're not going to want you no more. You're going to be alone. It's going to be whatever. So what happened was, I ended up telling this man, I'm like, listen, I guess we're done. Like I was done. Like I was ready. Like I was making my peace with the whole relationship. You're going to leave me. It's going to hurt, but it's fine. Because I never had a boyfriend. We were just, it was a standing sex arrangement, which is why I like your content. Because no, honey, I wasn't in no relationship. I have never had a boyfriend. I'm 39. I have never had a boyfriend. I have only ever dealt with men on a sexual level. Except for now, I show them on my Instagram page. But anyway, other than that, you know, but other than that, it was always of a sexual nature. So I'm looking at him and I'm like, listen, well, I know you're going to leave. So there's the door. I can't do this no more. And he was like, explain to me, like, what's wrong? And I'm like, I can't bottom not another day in my life. I don't like bottoming. I don't like it. I only do it for you because I love you. And I am not doing this anymore. I'm like, I got to love me more. It is not who I am. So he was like, oh, so you're trying to say like you're like a blouse. And I'm like, yeah, I'm a blouse. So the next thing I know, he's like, oh, that's all you had to say. And I'm like, I'm looking at I'm looking at Adrian. I'm like, like it messed me up. So I'm like, well, what do you mean? Well, his legs went back. To this day, like I said, I slept with 85 men in one summer. He was the first, the hottest fucking experience I ever had in my adult life with sex. When I tell you that experience with him, because he was willing to change his role for me, it was like no one ever compared. He was the first, the hottest. When I tell you the hottest. So I remember the voice. He was very masculine. He's very masculine. Give it to me. Yeah. Like, I'm like, oh my God. Like I didn't even last, Adrian. I didn't even last. But yeah, like it was over. But like it was so like, oh my, it was like a crowning achievement. It was like a moment because I came into who I was. So then he liked different men. We weren't exclusive. It was nothing like that. So then I'm like, well, I can do this. I'm going to start to get different men too. So that's what happened. They would see my body and, you know, over Adam for Adam. And I'm going to tell the truth. Over Adam for Adam, you didn't have to speak.
Adam for Adam.
Yeah, it was Adam for Adam. That's where I started. It was Adam for Adam. So you didn't have to speak. They didn't hear your voice. So then you gave them your number and you text them. You didn't talk to them. So by the time they got to my house and I opened the door, I was always shined up, glistened up in a brand new pair of underwear and socks. Body was amazing. So they never walked away. They never said, I can't do this. They never said, oh, your voice, what's wrong with your voice? And I ended up like with a lot of them, I talked to them first, like because they were younger than I was at the time. So I would talk to them and I realized I needed to stop talking to them because this is supposed to be a hookup. And I'm talking to them and I'm showing them that I'm a man of substance. They ain't gonna want to leave, you know? So it was like, okay, let me limit my conversation because they're gonna find out I'm a man of substance. I got shit with me. They want to stay around and I'm not trying to stay around. I don't want a relationship. I just want to fuck everybody. So that was my attitude. So literally though, they started coming in droves. And then the thing was a friend would tell a friend and a friend would tell a friend and a friend would tell a friend. And I would sleep with all their friends in 1 week. Yes, baby, Adrian. It was so crazy. Now, mind you, I've been celibate for 10 years, but the only reason it'll be 10 in August. I kid you not, I probably would still be doing it, but because I enjoy it. And that's another thing. I'm not monogamous. I like different, like ain't nothing better than some pussy than some new pussy. You know, like I like new pussy. You know, that's always the best. You know, like that's me. So, but the thing about it was I needed to focus on my career. I needed to stop being so boy crazy. Because that's what my girlfriend used to always say to me. One of my girlfriends, Ciro is her name. She used to be like, boy, you are boy crazy. Because I was boy crazy. So, but I had never had that attention. I had never had that attention before. And I had never been allowed to be myself. And with me being myself, I never wanted it to end. I wanted different partners, but I never wanted it to end. But when I started doing this and it started to take off, I was like, listen, I got to focus. I can't have men falling in and out of my house. I'm trying to make these videos. I got a channel. I got to talk to my ancestors. I'm a shaman. I got to do this right. So that's what happened. So that sparked the 9 years of celibacy, 10 in August. And that's where I am right now. And honestly, I don't miss it. But like, it was gorgeous. Like they were gorgeous, but with your content, tying this back into you, I've been in those situations. I've seen those situations. So it's like, you know, when you do something, I pay extra close attention to your comedy because I'm like, oh, he telling. I'm like, he's telling. So tell us, like you said, you like to talk about and do comedy on things that nobody really wants to talk about. So explain to us some of the things that you do your comedy with, skits with, that nobody wants to talk about.
So for example, I think one of the videos that I did with the viral was when preparing to bottom.
Yes.
And then all I ate the whole day was water.
Yes.
Water. 90% of that is true.
Yes.
A lot of people don't want to eat before bottoming.
Right.
So there's a thing that people like to do is water. So like, you know, that might I had a lot of great positive comments. I had a lot of negative comments like, oh, why do that? And all this stuff, that's starving yourself and everything else. And that is true, but it's it's something that we do that we don't like to talk about. Right. I decided to talk about it. Also a lot of, to be exact, so a lot of people, like including myself, used to be like, because when I started doing TikTok and everything, I was kind of nervous about because of my sexuality beforehand, because I didn't, because you know, my parents are Jamaican, and so they weren't really accepting of my sexuality. So like growing up and things like that, I was always insecure. I wasn't confident enough and everything else. So starting TikTok made me be someone who I am and make the whole world show it and not get any judgment on it. So it wasn't just making funny videos. It was about me being comfortable within my sexuality, within myself. And that's the reason for my name, Adrian Levels Up, because I leveled up in a way where I'm no longer scared of what people think about me and how I feel. And that's another reason why I post 18 plus mature content as well, because of the fact that like it's saying that I am not scared. Even though my videos get taken down a lot on TikTok, I push as far as I can with these social media as far as they'll let me with the content that I make. So I talk a lot of things about orgasms and like, just things that cringe, it's cringing. It's cringe to watch with your friends, but it's not cringing to watch alone.
Right.
You're like,
right.
My content is content that you watch in the middle of the night, you're sneaking, you have to go to bed at like a certain time and you're watching in the dark alone, that's my type of content and stuff. So like, I love doing it and I'm going to continue to do it. And, Instagram's okay with it. I appeal as much as I can for TikTok so they can be okay with it. So yes.
I am so proud of you and glad for your success, because you're right. Like, even with me, I wasn't very confident when I started this. This gave me the confidence that I needed. And you know what's so funny? It's so profound how we find confidence in the arms and the support of strangers versus the people that know us. You come up real fast when you have a stranger point out, you're really amazing, you're really awesome, I like that, keep going. And it's kind of because with the people that know us, we have kind of a sensitivity to them. So we hang on their every word. And, if they're extremely judgmental, it just brings us down. But what I found even in my work was the more I got the vote of confidence from the stranger, the more I could stand up to the people I knew and say, well, this is me. This is what I do. Yeah. So I thought you were going to say something there.
Oh, so yeah, I did. So I do have a best friend that when I started making these TikToks and I was being very open in myself, he was like, "Oh, aren't you scared that the whole wasn't about?" And I was just like, and like it made me think. I'm like, kinda. So then like I was like kind of nervous about it, but then I just still continued to go. And then like I saw that like how much like more positive comments I was getting more rather than negative, because I do get comments where people are like, I appreciate you so much for talking about the things, the content that you do. It makes my day. And sometimes you bring the positive out of me when I'm having a bad day, and I love watching your videos. And that to me, like literally made me feel so great. And it's just so heartwarming as well. And I was just like, you know what, like this is not just for me anymore. It's for, like I have a community now, and like, so I got to continue. Because I remember when like, I got promoted as like a manager and like things like that. And like, I took a break from like the video creating, So then I remember people coming up to my job like, oh, when are you gonna make more videos and stuff like that? It literally makes my day. And they're like, and I was like, oh my God, like this is no longer about me anymore. This is about like the people, the community that I built, and my followers and things like that. And I'm just like, so then I was just like, I'm not gonna take a break anymore. Like, because I do love doing it, But sometimes we need like a mental like day off or two, especially with the algorithm, because if you
we never stay
with the algorithm. Yes, because with the algorithm on these social media apps, if you don't post consistently, you're gonna fall back. And I've learned that. So you got to be consistent with the trends and everything else and try to incorporate it with your niche. So there's just so much to it.
Yeah. And see, most people don't understand that. It's not just about a video. You have to really, really post. And I have because, I started moving this content away from Instagram and putting it on YouTube. I'm rebuilding my YouTube platform. And these also are going to go on Spotify. But, like that's what people don't understand. Like it's a lot of work. It is well thought out. For 30 seconds of content, it took you the whole day to, to get it right, get it together, plan it, tape it, make sure it's right, make sure. And then I know you do this too. You turn around, you make the content, and then you've got to make a PG version for TikTok. You got to make a PG version for Facebook so that you get your point across, but it's not as, because like, like even today for Black History Month, I love that you can take and play music in your content, and you won't get flagged or a license, no copyright infringement. So I, like, before I got dressed, I have on a bra and just my high-waisted garter. And what happened, but it's fully covered, like it covers everything, and I have on stockings. So I'm standing there and I was playing Jasmine Sullivan's masterpiece. So it was saying, and I'm standing there and I'm giving you every part of me is a vision, of a portrait of Mona. I'm beautiful. And I'm standing there. As soon as I uploaded it to Twitter, I mean, not Twitter, to TikTok, we are reviewing this video. So I just snatched it right down. I snatched it right down. And the thing was, I made one like this. So, but I knew, like, don't just make that one, make more. And but yeah, like every platform is different, but yeah, Instagram does allow, but even more so, I do it in the stories. Like I do it in my stories. Like I don't, because I'm in the process of moving all of my content anyway. So yeah. I do it in the stories, but yeah, like people don't understand how much work it is. It's a lot of work. Yeah.
I'm like, I get, so like with TikTok is my baby. That's where it started with the content creation. I just get super nervous because I feel like I'm on like the last strike before they ban me, and so I'm super scared. But I had a video that hit 12.8 million views that went viral on TikTok, and then I posted that video on Instagram and it only hit 10K views. So it's just like they have different concepts and different things and stuff. But like, as much as TikTok, it's a love and hate relationship on TikTok for me. I feel like Instagram, it's more consistent amount of views I get. I can kind of determine based on my video and everything else. I do focus more on Instagram because I feel like Instagram is the ultimate social media app where it has like everything between like videos, pictures, messaging, and like the brand collaborations. I feel like Instagram is like the main source for that. But I have more fun making videos on TikTok.
Yeah.
So but people don't understand that I also have a following on Snapchat as well. And I actually made a tons of money on Snapchat. Like one of my videos I had multiple videos that went viral, and I made a lot of money. And I never knew, like, it was the amount of money I made in a short amount of time. I thought it's just like, in a way, I just thought it was super stupid. And like, I wasn't making these videos. I never even thought about it for the money, but gaining money and things like that made me realize like, oh, cool. Like my content is good enough for me to start getting cash and paid and stuff like that. So it was just another more reason of like, oh my God, this is awesome. I love doing this and things like that. So it's like a side job to me, and I love it.
Yeah.
Well, I don't call it a job because I love doing it. It's like a very fun hobby. Because I used to be into games and things like that. I used to play video games all the time. And, because I am a gamer and I kind of want to start making content on gaming and stuff. But now I was like, if I actually play video games, I'm like, I can be making a TikTok instead. Because like TikTok is like my hobby and these videos and things like that. So.
See, and that's the beautiful thing. We have a lot, and that's the thing. Once you found your niche, and that happened to me too. I started, when people started to write me and say, you're making my day, or I was hooked up to chemotherapy while I was watching you. I get that all the time. Like I have cancer and I was hooked up to chemotherapy and I was watching you the whole time and you gave me strength and this, that, and the other. When those things start to happen, like you realize, okay, gaming, everybody games, but not everybody does what Adrian does. And that's the thing. So you get to create, you get to do something you love, you get to get paid for it, and then you get to touch the world. And that is just so amazing. Like it is so amazing. So get this, you said both of my parents are Jamaican. I love how you said that. But if both of your parents are Jamaican, Adrian, that means that you are Jamaican. You were like, both of my parents are Jamaican. I'm like, yes, but therefore that means you are Jamaican. So tell me.
Absolutely, yeah.
Right. So tell me, like, where did you grow up?
Okay, so I was born in Evanston Hospital. So I grew up in Evanston, and then I moved to Skokie. So I'm in the suburbs. I work in the city. I work in Chicago. That's where I spend the majority of my time in the city, because I actually have a coworker that lives upstairs. So then sometimes, like, when I have to work for Pride or things like that, for these events, I would like stay there for like a week or two and things like that. So I do create most of my content in the city and in places, and I work at a gay bar. So like I get a majority of my content just looking and observing everywhere I go. Actually, when I travel, I get content pickups. But yeah, so yeah, I spent most of my time in the suburbs of where I was, of where I was born and stuff. So
Wow.
Mhm.
So get this, like that's another thing I was getting ready to say. You're a bar manager in Chicago.
Mhm.
That's a blessing, especially being this. I've been to Chicago and they are very this. You know,
That
so
is
for
true.
you, yeah, so
Yeah.
for you to be this, working in a bar, predominantly this, you go boy. So like, okay, so you said you like to you travel. Where are some of the places you've been?
Okay, so I I am a party boy, so a lot of people don't know that I like house music.
Yeah,
I'm in Chicago, so like I house music.
yeah,
That's where like the genre is house.
yeah.
I do travel for festivals and parties. So I travel to Vegas. I've been to Phoenix, Arizona. I've been to Florida, Miami. I've been to Denver, Colorado for like snowboarding. I would never go again. Not into that. But I like to travel to like go out and party, and I like to go and travel to go out to the different gay scenes, so I can pick up more content because there's a lot of different stuff that happens in Chicago scene rather than in like Arizona scene or like Miami scene. So I like to do that and just like pick up more ideas, So I think I actually want to go to New York next. So like I just like because it's just the world is huge and there's this unlimited amount of content and ideas you can make. And
Yeah.
so I would love to explore them all. Yeah,
You
but
just
yeah.
you just said something that actually my ancestors said to me when I started. You just said something. The content, the possibility of content creation, what you do is an unlimited amount of content. Most people do not realize that. You
Mhm.
can literally talk about something. You can talk about love 5 million different ways.
Yep.
It could all be about love, but you can say it 5 million different ways, 5 billion different ways, 5 trillion different ways. That was something I realized early in my content creation. Like I was scared I was going to run out of content. And then the divine,
Absolutely. Exactly.
yes, yes. And the divine said to me, you are tapped into an infinite source, therefore you are infinite. You will never run out of things to say. 6 years later,
Exactly.
22,000 videos later, and now 120 interviews, conversations, and I'm still going. I still have so much to say. Yeah, I have
Yes,
so much to say.
and that's what I love about it too, because like you, I was like, oh my God, what if I run out of content or whatever? And like, I got scared, like what am I gonna do? And like I realized that I picked a niche where like it's unlimited. And I was like, I can talk about, you know, 5,000 ways of bottoming,
Yep,
5,000 ways of being a top and things like
yep,
that, like it's just endless. And like even with the trends, it's
yep,
consistently new trends that you
yep,
can incorporate your niche with.
yep,
And that's what I love.
yeah. You're so good at it too. You're so good at it too. So tell me, with you being a celebrity, a social media influencer,
I I don't think I'm there yet.
get this, you're there, you're there, you're there. And what happens is millions and millions and millions and millions of people have seen you. You're there. You're there. Fame, that's all fame is. Is notoriety, people recognizing what you do and who you are. That's all it is. That's all it is. Everybody looks at the byproducts of hard work and success. Now that's different. Living in a palatial home and all that comes later. Comes later. But the thing about fame is most people know your name before they give you a dollar, help you, really get to know or know. Most people know your content before they know your name. And that's the thing. They're like, oh yeah, I know him. I know him. And you're getting recognized while you're out. Yeah, you're doing a good, but that lets you know you're doing a terrific job. You're doing a terrific job. Now, question, are you an only child?
No, I have three brothers.
Oh
I'm actually a twin. I'm a
oh my
fraternal twin.
God.
Yes. I'm a fraternal twin. I am 15 minutes younger, so that makes me the youngest. And then I have two older brothers. So in total, I have three.
So what do they think about you doing all this content on the internet and all this cane? Have they told your parents yet?
Yeah, so my mom does know, and like the funny thing is my twin knows too. And so my twin is we're very opposite. Like I'm very energetic, I'm very open and everything else. And my twin is like to himself, quiet, shy. So the content, so he thinks that the content I do is like kind of it's like crazy. Like, oh my God, I can't believe you're posting that and things like that. And those I would never post things like that. And it's just like the opposite between our personalities and everything else. But he's like, good for you. You know, he saw the money rolling in, and then he was like, good for you. He's like, oh, you made more than me in like, you know, because he's a teacher. He's like, you made more than me in 1 year. He's like, maybe I'm doing the wrong job or whatever.
They always say that once you get going. Like in the beginning, it's like, oh, you're crazy, you're this, you're that. Then it's like, oh, wait, how
Yeah.
did you do that? Like, I need a career change. Yeah. That is so amazing. So did you go to college?
Yes, so I went to college. I graduated from Northeastern University. I have a communications and media degree. So
See,
like I have a degree in art and yeah.
so
But
you
I never incorporated it. I always, because I was a server at the time, and like I was making so much great money serving that like I never like took far, you know, I didn't take off after I graduated. I just continued serving because I was making great money. And when the pandemic happened, I felt like it was a restart of what you actually wanted to do. So I took like another like online course for, it's called Coursera, about like digital marketing, because the marketing is so different now and it's so advanced. So when I did that, because I realized that there's different algorithms of each social media app. And as I was taking the class, I was making videos and content, you know, and so it helped me a lot. And then with so like during the pandemic and after like the pandemic kind of slowed down a little bit, my bar job opened back up, and I had already a great following because I was doing something during the pandemic, and they're like, oh, do you want to like be in charge of our social media? And so I took that opportunity and I gained them a following and everything else. And hence why I got promoted to a manager in October.
wow.
And it was cool for me. It was like my first time to separate from my personal content and my job's content, because obviously like I can't be posting what I post on my personal on my job. So it was cool to incorporate my knowledge into my bars experience and everything else, you know, and like I was like, cool. So it's not, I can do more than just, you know, talk about this. I can do other things, you know, I can still be funny and relatable because, you know, I always try to be authentic and I always try to be relatable with my content. Sometimes I will go off and I will do something totally random. And that's because I do have ADHD. So I have all these consistent ideas. And my thing is like, I have to put an idea out right away or I'm going to forget about it. You know, I can't wait till the next day. I can't wait an hour. I gotta do it right away so I don't forget about it, because my mind, my headspace is all around, and I'm always running fast and thinking about something and doing something else.
Yeah.
It's hard for me to stay on one topic. So
Yeah, I have a nephew who has ADHD, and he's phenomenal. He's a genius. He really is a genius. He just knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. For me, I have bipolar disorder, PTSD, and acute anxiety, but my bipolar type 1, now that it's been medicated and I've been in therapy for 15 years, it is literally my superpower. I have the energy of a god, and I really mean of a god, because no mortal man can do what I'm doing. I breathe
exactly.
content. Like I breathe content. I'm always up. I'm always going. And this is the thing, Adrian. It's so amazing when you can make your content even about a trend, but it's original. Like that's what gets you paid. That's what gets you paid, the originality. And like, even with this, I shut down my brand YouTube. I had a YouTube for years, became a YouTube partner and everything. I shut it all down and then started this one because I like, even though the content there was still original, it was what I had put out over the years. I didn't want them to do that. I didn't want them to look at that. I wanted them to find me now and then go backwards. So that was what I did.
Yes.
And it's crazy because the watched hours, people are, and that's the thing. Most people, they're busy, so they don't watch. You know, you would think they don't watch, have an hour to watch. They're watching all the way through. and more than one at a time. And they tell me, oh, I have to
Mhm.
get caught up. I have to get caught up. You know, I'm on this one. I'm on this one. And that's another thing. I'm booking like crazy. I have so many surprises.
I see.
Like I have
I take
so
what you're
many surprises
doing.
coming.
Mhm.
And like I was telling one of my buddies last night, I'm like, listen, I thought Tuesday, like next Tuesday. He asked me, what about Tuesday? What about Thursday? Something he said. And I looked and I'm like, damn, Tuesday's gone. He's like, really? I'm like, yeah, just that gone. It's gone. It's gone. But you know, it's humbling that so many people would sit down and talk to me. And this is the
Well,
crazy thing. No, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I know I was gonna say it's an honor that you chose, you picked me and chose me, and I'm so grateful for it.
Oh,
And you know.
you're too sweet. I love you. You're adorable. Like you're adorable. Like you really are. I just want to pinch your cheeks. You can decide which ones. No, but like no, yeah, right. Comedy. But yeah, like, but that's yeah, like it really is. I enjoy it so much. And I never thought like and that's the thing, like I never thought from where I came from. I came from the very bottom. I started at the very bottom. And it was just like, oh, what am I going to do with my life? And then I had the medical withdrawal from college, and that was my way out. And I'm like, what am I going to do? And then it was like the divine said to me, you have to use your talents. You have to use what you do naturally. You have to use that. And then, like you said, in doing it, it gave me so much confidence. And I remember early in the game, when the Queen of Shade was just getting started, so many people would write me and say, you're so confident, you're so confident, you're so confident. Little did they know I was gaining confidence by them coming to me and saying, you know what you're talking about, you're really good at it, you
Mhm.
keep doing it, don't stop, keep going. And that's what helped me now. Like now my confidence is at a very stable level. I know what I am, I know what I do, I know my worth, I know what I bring to the table. Like it's a lot. And you know, with religion, because I came from a religious household, so I was a late bloomer with the world. You know, I just really didn't understand just a lot of things, including boys, including sex, including all this stuff. So I'm out here doing all kinds of stuff and really didn't understand. I understand now, and I still am not monogamous. So when I break my celibacy, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? You know, that yeah. But like it just, it's so amazing because when you empower people, and that's the
Mhm.
thing, and that's the thing, like I always get mad at the fact that there is chauvinism in the gay community. We are all men and we need each other. If you're a top and I'm a bottom, we need each other. So why
Mhm.
would we kick out each other's backs, or why would you try to destroy my self-esteem because I am the recipient, and for you, for what you need, for what you want, you know? And I never understood that. And that's why
Mhm.
I'm not secretive about the fact that for the most part of my beginning of my career in sex, I was a bottom. And I'm so glad that I was, because it gave me empathy, respect,
Mhm.
caution. Like I remember this one guy, he came over to my house and he brought someone else, and you know, he's just going crazy with this guy. And I'm just like, I asked the guy, like, are you okay? Are you all right? And the guy was like, oh yeah, I'm fine. And he was shocked that I even asked like about his feelings. And I didn't like that. That bothered me. How is it that because you are a submissive man in bed, now all of a sudden you're not a man at all?
Exactly.
How is that? You know, and then there's these things, I'm gonna say things. There's these things where you have men that are bottoms, but they are very wealthy and they're in control of the money, very financially stable, you know? And then so I was like, no, I don't want to be that. I was like, no, I'm going to be a blouse. And I did. I enjoyed every moment of it. It gave me a newfound confidence in my masculinity. Like that was the thing. You know, I started working out. I was very healthy, very happy. And it's like you said, it was a new me. It was a new me. And, you know, like, and it's so crazy because I meet a lot of young guys and I see them starting out and they're younger and everybody's older than them, so naturally it's like a totem pole kind of thing. You came in, you're the youngest, so you got a bottom. So I
Mhm.
purposely stick close to those guys and I'm like, you know, you can use yours too, right? And they're like, real? They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, and you're playing with older men? They've bottomed before. You can use yours too. You know, and they're like, and it's to see the light bulb go on. It's like, really? Yes, you can use yours. Don't let them use you. Our community can be so vicious. So
I know,
vicious.
and
Like,
even with even within each other, like, you know, and it's crazy. And like, you know, there's people I remember made a TikTok about like how size queens act and things like that. And like it's you know, I use a funny South Park sketch, like, you know, speech, and like it got a lot of views, and people were then incorporating, oh, so you're a size queen, da, 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 you know, trying to shame, you know. And I'm just like, I'm just doing it, you know, like I'm just, you know, doing a speech from South Park and things like that, you know. And it's not, I just think I get gagged at it because I'm like, wow, like the things people come up with and all this other stuff. And it's just like, I'm just, you know, I'm re-saying what is a huge problem in the community, you know what I'm saying? You know, so it's, you know, crazy to me how people would assume for me making comedy, because you can make comedy out of anything.
yes,
And from nowadays, social media is very sensitive. You
yes,
know, it's kind of, you know, you can't really say everything because, you know, people are gonna think something about you that is not, that's not what the point across that you were trying to get,
yeah,
anything else. But like, as comedy is, you can do anything about comedy. Social media is also very sensitive right now. And so it's kind of like hard to go full force on something, you know, without
you do
getting
a good
the
job though.
backlash. But
You do a good job though.
yeah, I try to be very, 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 very careful on topics that I do. I never would do a topic that I don't understand, you know, and that's just, you know, that's just part of the whole, you know, content creation and stuff like that.
Yeah. Yeah, you're really good at it. And that's what I love. I love that now I know there's a shiny degree under there and a gorgeous brain because, you know, like that matters. That matters. You know, people, you know, even, and that's what's so funny. You never can judge a book by its cover. Like there are so many men on Instagram or on social media that they're making comedy or, you know, it's whimsy, but it's like, dude, like you said, I graduated from Northwestern. You know, it's like, oh my God, you know, like Northeastern,
Northeastern.
I said Northwestern, but then I said Northeastern. I caught it. My ancestors was like, no, bitch, he said Northeastern. Yeah, they keep me from making, yeah, they keep me focused. But yeah, like it's just so amazing though. But you're right. There will always be sensitivity to different topics, but I like it because your topics are internal. It's our community. But you know,
Yeah.
but the thing is you're going viral because other communities are learning. They're listening and
Hmm.
learning.
Yes, you're absolutely right.
Yeah.
Yes, and I love that. Yeah, people are learning, and like, I have a lot of straight friends, and they're like, "Oh my God, I had no idea there's so much to like bottoming and like, you know, you know, the precautions and what you have to do." And they're like, "Damn," you know. And I was like, "Yeah," like, and I was like, "Yeah, you know what? My videos can be educational too."
Yeah.
You know. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah.
They are. They are.
I
Like
love
even
that.
in the
Yeah.
closet, like even when you were in the closet, I was like, never, never again. Like I was like, never again. Like I was just like, oh my
Yeah.
God. But like I love those because right now you're like doing those. It's like you're on the DLs and the trades and like and I read and that's the
I
thing.
love me some trade. Like,
Yeah.
let me just
I
say.
think we all do. I think we all do. We really do. But a trade will fuck your credit up. You got to be careful.
Absolutely.
Like, and I
Right.
said it. They could
And
come for me. Come for me. I said it. He didn't say it. I said it. Trade will fuck up your life, honey. They will fuck up your they will
Mhm.
fuck up your credit. But yeah, no, like I like that you're teaching because like you got women watching, You got men watching that are straight. They like, and like they said,
Mhm.
like it gives them empathy. They're like, wow, I never realized that you had to do all of that. It's like, yeah, you can't just run up and slide into nothing. Like yeah, no, you can't do that. It has to be prepared. And they're like,
Exactly.
whoa, like, and they're looking at you like, whoa. And then what's so funny is then it sparks their curiosity because then they're looking at you and they're like, you do all that? Wow. And it's just like,
Yeah.
okay, that's why everybody's fascinated with gay culture right now. We got
Mhm.
Pose, we got all these other shows, like they're fascinated, and you came along at a very good time where you are now at the forefront of this movement, and I love it. I love it. I love it. What's your favorite video that you have done?
My favorite video that I've done out of my hundreds of videos.
Out of your hundreds.
It's fun. Um, I have a lot. This is like a hard question for me. Honestly, I kid you. Oh, my favorite one is like, okay, so it's the one where it says like, oh, when my dick appointment is 5 minutes away, and then
Yeah.
I'm cleaning my room fast or whatever. Like I'm like super speed. So that's one of my favorite videos because it is so relatable, and a lot
Yeah.
of people might comment to me on that, like, oh my god, they're like, resharing it, and it was like one of the most relatable videos I made because I feel like everybody's gone through that, whether
Yep.
you're straight, gay,
Yep.
and it's just so relatable, and it happens constantly.
Yes. 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 I agree. I agree. I agree. It's like clean up, clean up, clean up.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know which one is really going right now that's on fire? The catfish one.
The
The
catfish one.
catfish one. The catfish one. I'm like, honey, I was in them comments. Everybody was in them comments. I was like, listen here, I tell these people they can steal all the pictures all they want, but when they show up, it's gonna be a problem. Like I told you,
Exactly.
yeah, and you're like, no, this is not you. This is not
Mhm.
you. And I'm just like, oh, and that's the thing. Like when you're doing it, it's comedy, but we're living it. Like we're
Mhm.
seeing it and we're like, no, it's not you. It's not you. No, it's not you. And it's just like, and I was reading the comments and they're like, yeah, like, I don't know why they don't realize FaceTime me before. Like I'm looking at all the comments.
Mhm.
They're like, but I think, what was it? I think Jack now has FaceTime. Is it Jack or
Yeah. Jack.
Rough?
Mhm.
Okay, I thought,
Jack.
yeah, I think
Yeah,
it's
it's
Jack.
Jack, and you can verify it on it too now. So a lot of these social media services you can
Uh,
verify, so
oh
you
my.
don't go through catfishing. But it's
Damn.
funny because I do have a grinder, and
Uh-huh.
like, when I use my page, people are like, "Oh, you're fake. You're that TikTok guy." And I'm like, "I am that TikTok guy. Like, how you gonna tell me that?" I think it's funny.
I was going to ask you, that was my next question. How is it trying to pick up your dates?
Honestly, I think it's been harder for me now because I feel like it's intimidating, and like it's
Yeah,
been a lot harder because of
yeah,
my following, things like that.
yeah,
But I'm just, like, it's not, I don't act, like, at the end of the day, we're still human, and like I don't see it as being intimidating and things. So like it's funny because I'm just like the nicest person, and like don't be intimidated by my videos or stuff like that, or my following count, because to me, it's I love my followers, I love my fans and everything else, but like it's doesn't change who I am in the beginning and stuff. And like that's the thing, how I came into making videos, was that I wanted to use my personality and my being funny, rather than like my I like where my looks or my body, because I have a nice body, but
no,
that's I use that last before I'm gonna use my comedic side and everything else and stuff. Like if I wanted to go into making videos and being like a fuckboy and all this other stuff, I could have, but that's just I think long term, personality, like personality is gonna take you far, like
yes,
that's I'm never losing that, that's with me
yes,
forever.
yeah,
And that's what's really important.
yes. I agree. I agree. And you know what? Like, because you know me, I post all the men, but I'm in their DMs giving them advice about, okay, like I always, like, even the ones that are really really successful, I'm like, okay, dude, you need to put a picture of you on a shirt and sell it. Like I'm like, you need to take this to the next level product. So it's just, but yeah, like my thing is, I find that because people are always staring at a screen, our world has changed. The television is in our hand now. This is the
Mhm.
television. So now they see you on television and they're like, oh my God, I can't approach him. Yeah, I get that too. I'm inaccessible though. I don't go out. Because I don't want to have to, I can't deal with it. Like my best friend, one of my best friends, he's been telling me since 2015. He's like I talked to him on Christmas and he was like, bitch. He was like, you are out here. And I'm like, why? He was like, they're still stopping me and asking me where you are. And I'm like, and I posted him years ago. It was a happy birthday post. And he's like, they still stop me. They still flag me down. They're still like, I know you. You're the Queen of Shade's best friend. Like, where is she? Like, he was like, you really do. And it was so crazy because we kind of like parted ways because I got very serious about this. I got very serious. So I was like, no, I don't have time to hang out. I don't have time to do. I love him. I love a lot of my friends, but I zeroed in on my time because like what people don't understand is there's also a window in which you do things. You can't miss that window. So I had to focus to get that window. But yeah, he's like, he even said to me, he's like, I'm so proud of you because you knew what you wanted and you went after it and you got it. You got it. And I'm like, yeah, I did. But it would be nice to not have people intimidated. I don't even when I go out, like, cause I don't go out like this. I usually go out in my boy clothes and my bald head. And excuse me, I talk to people and they're just like, I know who you are. And I'm just like, hi, how are you? It's like that. Like it, and then whenever I'm talking to somebody new and they ask me what I do, I don't even tell them. I just pull out my phone. And go to my shit and just like show them. And they're like, oh my God. And then they pull it up on their phone. And then here it starts. I can't believe you're sitting right next to me. I'm looking at somebody doing this right now. Like, it's the whole fame thing. I really don't like fame. I don't like fame. I don't, because it's so like, it goes so many ways.
Yeah, I agree because I actually before my video, like I love hard, so like I am one of those persons that if I meet you and like things like that, like I can fall hard, like I can fall in love with you from like 4 days. And that is just, I don't know, I love hard. And so like it's funny because with the DLs and like the hooking out things, sometimes I do catch feelings, and it doesn't go the right way. You know what, it always ends up the same way, me getting ghosted.
You did it in your videos. You did it in your videos.
Yeah. So, all relatable content, all stuff that I've been through. And like, I realized that like I was focusing on men too much and not myself. So like with this whole video content creation, like that is why I continue to just like focus on myself. And hence another reason why I say Adrian levels up, because it's no longer about other people, it's about me. But I feel like you can use the level up in anything. I feel like every day we level up to be a better person of ourselves. And right now, I think I'm on a high right now and like looking for finding someone, or like, my ex is trying to hit me back up and all that. And I'm just like, you know what, I'm focusing on myself. I'm good right now. I'm sorry that there's shit that you have random people sharing my videos to you, because like everybody's seen my videos and things like that. So I think it's if you didn't like me at the come down, you're not gonna like me at the come up, so
right.
I'm just focusing on myself right now. And I continue, and I love making these videos, and I feel like if I'm in a relationship, it will slow me down.
I've had that happen too. Someone who couldn't stand my guts, and then someone close to them was like laughing, and they're like, what are you laughing at? And it's like, it's me. And they're like, oh my God, this bitch is out here now. Yeah, but it's so funny because the exes, it's like, yeah, you let it go. Yeah, you do. Stay gone. Right. Stay gone.
But thank you for the ideas, because I make a lot of TikTok about exes. I appreciate you for the contact ideas that you gave me,
See, you know what? Everybody can't hang around you because you doing research. You're like, okay, let's see what's going on here so I can use this content quick. But I do that too in my music. Yeah, I'm always like, yeah. But that's the thing, because art really does imitate life. It really does. Without life, there'd be no art. So, and I love, because with art, you get to kind of bend fate to what you want it to be, because it's like it's protected. It's in this artistic way. You can say what you really sometimes don't have the balls to say any other time. You can say, and then what you can do is you can pass it off. Oh, that's art. That's art. That's art. I told you to go fuck yourself, but that's art. That's art. So
Yeah,
yeah. You can do a lot with art. Art is very vast, very broad, and open to interpretation. I
absolutely.
never clarify for my following. I let them feel and take it any way they want. I never say, well, this is what I meant. No. I
Yeah,
meant whatever you
I,
felt. Mm-hmm.
I
Yeah.
learned that.
Yup. I meant whatever you felt. Whatever you felt you were supposed to feel from my content. It's open-ended. And
Mhm.
that's the thing. People just they don't get that. But it's God, even as I'm sitting here talking to you, I'm just like, I love this. I love this. I love being an artist. Because you too, you're an artist. You're an artist. And it's like, there, and I was just saying that in an interview before you, I was like, there are different types of artists. There are different types of careers within art, because I'm like, look, in the entertainment industry, you have musicians, you have actors, you have dancers, you have models. And I'm like, what people are starting to realize now is that content creators, we're the new job. We're the new job.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And it's like,
Hmm.
oh my God, like it is so amazing. So amazing, because
Hmm.
people think, oh, well, are you doing this for leverage? No, this is the career, baby. This is the career. This is it. This is what I do. And they're like, really?
Hmm.
Yeah. Like I still get people, now mind you, since I've leveled up myself, I have all these links, all in one links that tell you it's a bio and everything. And I still get some people that ask me, what do you do? Ignoring the bio and everything. And then I just send them a link. I just send them a link. I'm like, who am I? What I do. That's it. But it's very rewarding when you get to do something that you love to do. A.
Hmm.
A. B, it's very rewarding when you're good at what you do. When you're good, and I'm going to say it, the best at what you do, because you are the best at what you do, Adrian, and I am the best at what I do. That is just so fulfilling. That's so fulfilling, because like for me, college was my everything. I felt like that. I felt like before college and then after college, I felt like there was nothing I had ever succeeded at. Like that was just me. And I had succeeded. I'm a fighter. I'm a survivor. I had 15 years of therapy. Like I survived a lot of stuff. I came through. I have resilience. But I felt like, no, there was nothing I succeeded at. There's nothing I was really good at or was successful at. And then this came. And it's just like, and you're only as successful as your critics say you are. And me, I don't really listen to critics, but I don't have many critics. I don't have many. It's just like, no, do you know who she is? Like, criticize, bitch, you better watch and learn. Like, that's the response that I get now. And it's so amazing. So, oh my God, tell us. It's 2022.
Hmm.
What can we expect from your content this year?
So what you can expect is me making more quality videos, because I feel that I do a lot of quantity, because
Mhm.
I am trying to incorporate ways on the algorithm and learning different ways on how to increase my viewership, increase Instagram, allowing my videos to expand more.
Mhm.
So I do want to create more quality videos, as in take more time with my videos.
Mhm.
um I do make a lot of quantity videos where like I try to keep up with the trends and having a full-time job
Yeah.
and trying to have a social life with my friends.
Yeah.
It's very hard for me to make, as I see quality videos. I personally, I have a lot of followers that are telling me I'm making quality videos, but to me, I don't see it as much.
Mhm. But
Um,
you are making quality videos.
and I
What else
appreciate
happened?
that. As fast as I get these videos out and I
Yeah.
appreciate people saying that I am making quality videos, but to
Yeah.
me, I feel like it isn't enough. And so I do want to gain, and like that's the thing too, like I don't think I have that big of a following. And to me, I rather have fans than followers,
Yeah.
because followers are people that just follow you, and fans are people that go through the ups and downs with you. That's the community that you built. And I want more of that.
Yeah.
And I feel like people nowadays just look at the bigger amount of the following rather than the whole quality of the
That's the
fans.
mistake, but that's the mistake because it's not in the
Yeah.
following. Yeah, it's not in the numbers, the likes and the views. It's not
It
there.
isn't in the numbers. Yeah, it's about an engagement.
Yeah.
Somebody, if I can get higher engagement than you, and you have like 100 more K followers, that means, I built more stronger relationships with my community.
With your community. Absolutely. Absolutely. And I tell people that there are more than one way to skin these cats out here. Like it's more than one way, because you could literally be sitting at 100K and have no engagement. No engagement.
Exactly. Yes.
Thank God I have engagement. But like,
Mhm.
but seriously, like, and another thing that I learned too is it's not even like when we're talking about following, I learned that people are watching you that you have no idea, and they are not hitting the like button. They are not hitting the follow button, but they come to your
Mhm.
content every day and absorb, binge on your content. I
Mhm.
would have people, because I pay attention to who speaks to me. I speak back. And then I notice when someone new comes and they're like, oh, I've been watching you for 6 years. Like somebody said to me on Twitter. Now, mind you, I deleted my account for Twitter because I wanted a freak Twitter. So I wanted to take in, just be looking at all the boys and stuff like that. So I got rid of all my branded content. So someone wrote me in my DM and was like, I've been watching you since I was in high school. I'm out of high school now and I'm grown. And I just want to say thank you and keep doing what you're doing. That's the stuff that empowers me. That's the stuff.
Me too. Yeah. Keep doing. Oh, you're doing a great job. Keep up with the videos. That encourages me, and it just, like these comments make me go even further and stuff.
Mhm.
Because there was times where I wanted to take a little break, or I wanted to just, stop focusing on social. And like those comments make me go so far, and they push me. And those are the comments that I won't forget, because, like I said, like there was many times where I wanted to just stop, and like those comments keep me going. So it's all about, it's just positivity. Everyone needs that. I think every social media influencer or content creator needs that, because it really does help, and people don't understand that it really does help.
It does. It bring, like you said, it breeds confidence. It's
Mhm.
logs on the fire. You feel rejuvenated. You're like, I can't wait to do my next video. I'm gonna do this for them.
Yeah.
And that's so beautiful, because once again, content creators are artists and we're giving to the public. It's a beautiful way to give, because
Yeah.
you make something that millions of people see, and each person has a different feeling or reaction to what you gave. And it's beautiful because it's never negative. It's never negative. They're
Yeah.
always like, oh my God, I
Hmm.
love you. I love you so much. Yeah, like
Yeah.
it's
And
so
also,
beautiful.
yeah. And like another thing too is like I'm a individual content creator, as in like I don't have a really partner. I don't have a boyfriend that helps me with the cameras and things like that. I do this all by myself.
Me too.
And so it's awesome when you get the positive criticism, because you don't have somebody you're waking up to or hanging out with every day that says, oh, keep going, you can do this, I got you. So those comments do help.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes, indeed. Give me 3 words that inspire and empower you.
do words that inspire, empower me. All right. So confident is one. Personable, and relatable.
Yeah.
I
I
think personable and relatable is the same thing.
Same thing. Oh what?
um Confident, personable, and inspiring.
Yeah. Yeah. I just want to say
Yeah,
that.
that's all I want to be to my followers. I don't want to be someone I'm not, and things like that. And everybody probably, because I make a lot of bottom jokes, everybody probably thinks I'm a bottom. I am versed. I am a full
You get
verse.
this. I get this.
It's just a
I heard
lot.
you say it.
I'm
I
telling
heard
you,
you
it's
say it.
so easy to make. It's so easy to make bottom jokes than top jokes, because it's like it's just so much easier, and like I feel like there's so much more bottom jokes than top jokes too.
Yeah.
But I've been pushing on some top jokes in there as well.
Yeah. I just want to say congratulations, because this is going to span a very long time. And I just want to say, don't forget, now that you're doing it, I'm giving unsolicited advice again. Now that you're doing it, now that you have these millions of people, what you need to do is some of the things that you say in your videos, put them on t-shirts and sell them, so that you have merch. You need merch, because then your fans will buy them because they have their favorite sayings from you on a shirt. Some picture, you can have a picture of you, can have a cartoon of yourself. There's a lot of ways to do it, so there's like you said, you're collecting the money from actually doing the video, but now have merch that is specific to you, that they can't get anywhere else. And the thing that they can't get anywhere else is your likeness. It's your likeness. So you put yourself on a shirt and say your sayings, and that way you have money coming in from that way as well. And they will buy them. Don't overprice them, but they will buy them. They will. Thank you so much.
Awesome. I did see that Instagram is going to be releasing subscriptions for content creators. And I know right now they have a limited amount of content creators that they are shooting this testing out. But I do plan on, when it gets released to everyone, I do plan on having a subscription where like I will create like specific Reels content on what my fans want me to create.
Yeah.
And I think that will be a great way too. And I did think about merch because I do want to start making merch eventually, like this cool logo. And yes, about sayings. And I think that's a great idea. And I would see that's 2020. Sorry, that is a 2022 goal. Yeah. Sorry, because when I get excited, I talk fast, like, because that's a very exciting information that you just gave me with the merch and stuff like that. That was something that I thought about.
Yeah.
And that's something I'm going to do.
Yeah.
So I appreciate you,
Hey, listen, my pleasure, because that's what I love. You're out here doing it yourself. You're out here doing it yourself, and you are succeeding at it in a big, big way. And I congratulate you, and I'm going to keep on watching you. I'm going to keep on telling other people to watch you, and I'm going to keep on laughing. I'm going to keep on commenting. I'm going to buy the merch. Like, it's just what we do. It's just what we do. Yeah. So did you have fun? Did you have fun today?
I did have so much fun. I appreciate you so much. This is great.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of Adrian Shaw, AKA Adrian Levels Up. Now here comes your part, your last part. Please tell everybody who lives under a rock where they can find you on social media.
Hi, everyone. My name is Adrian Shaw, and then my social media name is Adrian Levels Up. My Instagram is Adrian_levels_up. You can find me on every social media app. My main two are Instagram and TikTok. If you want to laugh your ass off, maybe shit your pants, definitely give me a follow and check me out, because I do post consistently and I do engage with all my followers. And I hope to see you guys, and I hope for you guys to keep supporting me, because this has been an amazing opportunity. And I just love everyone that has supported me this way far. And there's going to be more great content coming up and some merch, so be prepared. And I appreciate the opportunity from all you guys.
That's so
Thank you so much.
Well, say bye, but don't go anywhere.
Say bye, guys. Thank you so much.
Hold on.